This episode is brought to you by Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/CAGcast and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 658. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who only watches unboxing videos now, Wombat.
Oh yeah, it's my hobby. Unboxing videos.
No more guys grocery, I don't even know what it's called.
Guys,
Sweep
grocery games?
games.
No. Yeah, forget it. I wasn't watching that right before the show. Nope, not me, not at all.
Just unboxing videos.
Just unboxing. And when you say unboxing videos, I mean I watch classic boxing from the 70s, like Muhammad Ali fights, but I watch them in reverse. That is an unboxing.
That's the kind of unboxing video you enjoy.
Yes. I went a long way for that joke and it didn't land.
It went somewhere though. It landed. It did land.
I got it.
Yeah.
It landed at least relatively quickly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It wasn't like, a 10 landing, with the arm straight. You were like, whoa.
But it didn't break anything.
Right.
So that's
you can
positive.
have another run.
Exactly.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Shipwreck, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Show everybody your breakout hat. You have to sort of bow down so people can see the colors, and it's
Pretty sweet hat.
Now, does that have speakers in it?
I was going to say the same thing.
I wish it did.
Do
No,
you?
This is a hat. I think I got this in one of those loot box subscription things. Like, I
That
don't know,
checks out.
a few years ago, and I never wore it. And
It's paying
I
off
found
now.
it. Now I found it.
Now you can write that box off on your taxes.
That was the purpose. Yeah.
I know. I get it.
I had to dig deep to find a t-shirt that people haven't seen already. So this is what I have.
Speaking of t-shirts, look at Wombats.
Wombat's got a Fortnite Dad t-shirt.
Fortnite Dad.
Now,
Custom made.
wow. Now, is there only one of those in existence? Or...
I assume. I don't know. I've never seen one before. My wife had it made for me. So.
Oh, your wife. Wow.
Yeah, this was a present for my wife.
Oh.
And not like
thought it
an
was a listener.
anniversary or a birthday. Just a, hey, you're doing a heck of a job as a dad shirt.
Wow. Wow.
I know.
I just assumed it was a listener who sent it in.
No, this is. Actually, no. My wife hasn't listened to the show in about a decade, so no, not a listener.
I thought for sure that's how you got all your clothing.
Nope, not
Well,
this
that's
week.
cool. Good for you. Show everybody
Yeah.
the shirt again. Just on the mainly me, Fortnite Dad. Not number one Fortnite Dad though. I know.
No, that would be a lie.
Top 100.
Yeah, exactly. Top
Top
100.
10. Top 10.
Although
Not
I
a top 10.
played around Fortnite right before we did the show, and I did get a victory royale, and it was, according to the game, my 10th of the season. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
I still have not won a round of Warzone.
Exactly. So now who's the? I don't know.
My record is flawless in both of those games.
Right.
Good job.
You have a very good kill death ratio and win
Mhm.
ratio.
I have what I feel like is a good Wombat story.
Okay.
Like, the kind of story where you get to make fun of me for 5 minutes.
Oh.
Or
Go
tell me
on.
why what I did was wrong. Which I know is your favorite.
Okay. Good. Good. Oh, it's a surprise. I have a surprise too later, but I'm glad that you have a surprise also.
Yeah, this is I feel like it's a good story.
Great.
So Sunday night, we ordered dinner, which is a fairly
We know what
normal
dinner
thing.
is. Yes.
Yes. Dinner is a meal you have at the end of the day. and my wife wanted something very specific. She wanted linguine and white clam sauce,
Mm.
and she wanted it from a very specific restaurant that makes the best linguine and white clam sauce in town. They also charge the most for their linguine and white clam sauce, which is why we don't get it that often.
Chili's.
Yes, Chili's, not Chili's.
Oh.
So and I was like, sure, why not? It's Sunday. I'll get it. It's, I'll order that for you. We'll pick it up. I'll bring it home. So I order our food, my expensive seafood dinner, and we go to pick it up at the time they said we should be there. And they have a table set up outside because they don't want people just going in, because I don't know if you know about this pandemic.
Got it.
So I go up and I go, hi. They go, what's your name? I give them my name. And they go, oh, your food's right here. And he hands me the food from the table outside. Now, I don't know if you remember, but on Sunday it was cloudy and it was cold. It was like 48 degrees
The
outside.
food was waiting for you outside.
The food was waiting for me outside
Got it. Okay.
in the cold.
Okay.
It was an order of fried calamari and linguine and white clam sauce that had been sitting in, let's say, a brisk 50-degree weather outside of the restaurant. And I asked them, actually, as he handed he went to go pay for it, I go, silly question, how long has this been sitting out here?
I'm
And the
having
guy
flashbacks
goes-
to my father, like embarrassing me, like was
Oh, yeah,
doing-
no, yeah.
He
I was
never did
alone,
stuff
though.
like that. I don't think. Well, maybe I don't know. Go on. I'm sorry.
And the guy goes, no, it's okay. You're allowed to interject. And the guy said, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes.
He should have just lied and be like, "Oh, I just brought it right now."
Yeah. I actually, when he went to go pay for it, I reached, it's my bag, it's my food. I ate one of the calamari because I was curious.
Oh my God.
It was stone cold. It was a
This-
stone cold piece of calamari. I'm like,
Don't you have an oven at home?
You can't. That's the whole thing, though. It's
You
seafood.
can.
How?
You can't reheat seafood.
You just heat it back up.
You don't reheat. You can't reheat calamari. It turns to
You just-
rubber.
No, you.
You can. You can.
You can.
make
You
the
just
oven
have to
very
put it on
hot.
low.
You preheat
Yeah.
You could even preheat the
It would.
the
I'm telling
baking
you, it
dish.
wouldn't work.
What do you call it?
wouldn't
Tray,
work.
baking
And you
tray.
definitely can't do it with white clam sauce. It'll all congeal.
That's
going to
be hot though because it's so hot in there. That's gonna stay hot for a long time.
Well, that's just it. It wasn't hot. Well, by the time I got home, the calamari was cold.
Were you late picking
The
it up?
linguine was cold, and I didn't like say I'm not going to pay for it and I'm not taking the food. I paid for it. I took my food, but I said to the guy very nicely, I said, "Hey, just a heads up. It's starting to get cold outside. You probably shouldn't be leaving the food
Oh
outside.
my God.
You should keep
Oh,
the food
you
inside."
can't tell. You can't tell a person working in a restaurant how to do their job. They don't
wait,
like
oh,
that.
no,
They
wait, it gets
don't
better.
like
We're
that.
not even done. This is like the
Nobody
midpoint.
likes that.
This is the midpoint of the story. So we're
Oh
driving
my
home,
God.
and I'm angry, of course, because I
Okay.
spent money. I spent money on the food.
I'm getting anxious to be honest. But
I
go
know.
on.
So my wife goes, "Why don't you just post something on the Dine LI page, just letting people know that their food's going to be waiting outside, so they should probably show up early."
Oh my.
So, well, here's the thing with
They
the
don't
Dine
want to
LI
hear
page.
anything unless there's like some like the ceiling is about to collapse in the bathroom and they obviously don't know about it. That's the only thing they want to hear from the
Here's
customer,
the thing
other
with the
than the
Di-
food is delicious or like the food is bad and there's like a real like complaint something bad happened to the food.
So
Anyway,
with the
go on,
With the
sorry.
Dine LI page on Facebook, you can't just post and have it show up. It actually goes to the moderator first, who won't put your post up if they don't approve it.
Wait, where is
So-
this? Where are you trying to post this?
This is the Dine LI group on Facebook.
Okay.
So I made a note, and again, I believe I was 100% very friendly about it. I wasn't aggressive. I was just saying, hey, if you're going there to pick up food because it's a very popular restaurant, just a heads up. They bring the food outside. Try to beat them to it because it's cold out, and your food may be cold when you go to get it. The post never made it to the Facebook page. The moderator is friends with the manager of the restaurant. Sends my post directly to the manager,
Okay.
and the manager messaged me directly
Sure.
and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I saw your post,
Of course.
and I know what happened, and you're 100% correct."
Well, he has
We
to say
should-
that. What's he gonna say?
He goes, "We've changed our procedure. We are no longer bringing the food outside. I really appreciate you bringing this to our attention."
Right.
And they sent me a gift card, which showed up today.
I have a poll going up in the chat right now. Did Wombat
Yep.
do the right thing? Yes or no? Right now, Wombat is leading 63% yes. The poll will run for 3
I think
minutes.
they would have figured this out no matter what. Like we're
I
in the-
think they would have figured it out too in time, but why wait for like another person to complain? If I was the first person to complain about it, and I honestly feel as though I was nice about it. I wasn't aggressive. I didn't throw the food at them and say, "How dare you? Don't you know who I am?" or anything like that. I paid for my food. I went home, but I said, "Hey, it's getting cold out. You may want to reconsider leaving the food
Right.
outside."
you may want to buy a pizza portal is what you should
It
have said.
is what I should have said. You're right. But yeah,
It-
no
I-
one wants to go and spend. They charge. I think it's like $27 for linguine and white clam sauce. It's not
Isn't
a
that
cheap deal.
insane? But
Sure,
I
you're
know.
gonna get that. It's going to be lukewarm at best when you get it back to your house, anyways. So
That's not true. That's why I usually pick food up because I like my food to be hot, and I usually try to beat them to it. So I get it as soon as it comes out, and I don't go any place that's going to be so far away that my food's going to be cold when I get home.
You didn't beat them to it though this time, did you?
I didn't beat them to it this time. My food had been sitting out there
What were you
because
beating?
I went at the time they said it was going to take. It took them less time than I thought. But yeah, I was a little, and I could see I'm at 85%.
You were a little bit out of line, a little bit.
I'm
little
happy.
bit.
Complain more because this is like it feeds directly into.
It does. It does
business
feed
that I'm
into
in now,
to
so-
your current line of work. But I
Right.
feel like I did the right thing, and they sent me a gift card, so now I get to go back and get more linguine and white clam sauce. I don't know. Actually, they make pretty good fried shrimp. I might go with that. So I don't know. That's my whole story. I feel like it's very wombat-esque.
Were your kids with you?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's fine.
No. I
I
went
have no
with-
problem with that.
Yeah. No children around.
Right. As long as you don't embarrass your kids and scar them
No,
for life.
my
with
wife
your
wasn't even
complaints.
outside. She was still in the car because they don't have a very small parking lot, so she had to like fake park.
She was running as fast as she could in the opposite direction.
So
Well, the poll results are in Wombat, and 87% of the audience says that you did the right thing.
yeah.
So there's nothing to really talk about. You are the greatest hero of all time.
I know. That's it. That was my whole story. Okay, bread's done. See you guys next week.
That was good, Wombat. Nice,
Mhm.
good job. I would just take it home and.
I know
drive-
you would have taken home and it just been like, it's been better. They've had better nights.
I would wait till you did it. You complained, or somebody like you complained.
There's plenty of other people that would complain about that.
Totally.
Fine. I'm
Well,
fine with just taking it home and going. Well, I ordered takeout food that I had to go pick up and bring back to my house. It is what it is. But
Yeah, see, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I know that sometimes you get food and it's not like piping hot. I understand that. But this wasn't like lukewarm sitting on the counter. This was cold from being outside.
Sure.
And there is a difference.
Sure.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We said you did the right thing. Everybody
I-
agrees.
I know. Hey,
Good job.
everyone
You're a
except
hero.
you.
I salute you right now.
Thank you. Very clean.
Thank you. You know what? The funny thing is, even though my shirt says very clean on it, I did not shower today, and I probably didn't shower yesterday. I'm
That's
thinking.
gross.
Yeah. But I didn't
Okay, I
do
showered
much
today.
either.
I know.
I possibly showered yesterday. No, I didn't. Never mind. I thought about it. Anyway, how about
That's
some
all
show
the
feedback?
Thought that counts. Sure. Boneless has to say, I've been listening for years now, and I hear the occasional jokes that are funny in my head, but I actually laughed out loud when Cheapy called Shoot One Up DX as Shoot One Up the Ass.
Very
He said-
mature joke that only the most skilled comedic minds can pull off.
I think so. I think this is very, it's highbrow comedy.
Very
He
good.
said it with such calmness that Wombat and Ship didn't acknowledge the joke. They continued talking as if it's commonplace for him to say something like that and just ignore him, which made it even more funny. The second time was when Wombat called Wombats nude games again. I don't even know what game. I
You
don't know
said
what-
no new something about new game. You're talking
Oh.
about a game that was new, a new game, like a new release
Oh.
game, not just a new game that was new for you. Maybe
I don't know.
who can remember? There's just so many funny jokes that are happening and great moments. They all just blend
He
together.
said that we were too funny all around, and he thanks us.
We'll try to make it less funny next time. Thank
I
you.
think we already did.
well on our way.
Oh,
Mhm.
I forgot to write something on the outline that I'm going to.
I don't know, but I'll read this one. I didn't even put this one on the outline. It's from Complex Spaces. Finally figured out my login for the site after years of forgetting which email I was using. Just wanted to say thank you for all the weekly pick-me-up of gaming and general banter, which provides an awesome step away from the crazy state of things. Y'all are awesome. Yes, even Wombat. That's me.
Nice. If I was mean,
Mhm.
I could just drop in some feedback that just I totally made up because I know you don't look at these ahead of time, and I could just probably make you say whatever I wanted for the most part.
Sure.
If I can remember to do that come April next year, look out.
Fuck you, San Diego.
What? I don't even know what that means.
Really?
Fuck you, San Diego? I don't know. What is that? Oh, that was no, I don't know. I have no idea. Some sports guy?
No.
No. What
yeah,
is it?
that was Tom Brenneman.
hmm
What is it? Tell me. You gotta tell me what it is now.
That's from Anchorman, right?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that what
I
it
never
says?
really got
Yeah,
into that.
it's something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
something like that.
No, I never got into Anchorman.
Anchorman's funny.
I've
I haven't
heard.
watched it in a long time, but I remember enjoying that movie. It's no Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, but
Should we talk about watch this bitches type stuff?
Yes.
Since I'm burping and you're talking about movies, it must be time for watch this bitches.
Yeah.
I forgot that we watched the new Borat movie. Did you guys see
Borax?
that?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Did you like it?
Wombat.
I don't care for Borat.
What?
Sorry.
Why not? You didn't care for any of Sacha Baron Cohen's antics?
Not really, no.
I was watching like the British Ali G videos before it was cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Where's
when
my
it was
hat?
Martin-
Where's my trucker hat?
I liked it better when it was Jiminy Glick, and then Borat stole his bit. But yeah,
No, I don't know about that. I mean, Borat was, he was in the UK, and he was.
Ali G is
Yeah,
like
he was doing
Ali
that
G
stuff
is
for
like
a while.
British Jiminy Glick.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. I don't know about the dates on that. When was Jiminy Glick made?
I want to say that was mid '90s.
It's somewhere in that time frame,
Oh.
mid to late 90s.
I don't know. I'm gonna not do the math on that and look it up and pretend that I'm right. But anyway,
Glick's still on, right?
what is?
Jiminy Glick.
Well, did you like Borat too? Chef?
So I think I liked it. There's definitely some really good bits in there. I found myself, I was watching it by myself because Gretchen has no interest in that type of comedy whatsoever. Like not even like the crude stuff, just the awkward. She doesn't
Yeah.
like things like The Office.
Mrs. Cheapy doesn't either. Same. Same. But she watched
and
this.
So I like the awkward comedy, but I was still having to pause this movie several times because it was just like, all right, I'm not ready for another scene of this quite yet. I'm going to watch this
Oh, funny, yeah.
yeah, in the bits and pieces, the little sketches that it ends up being.
Right.
The actress did a fantastic job of not cracking up constantly.
Oh, right. His daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, she was pretty good. We liked the thing that was there's two things. Like, first of all, I've seen so much of Sacha Baron Cohen's humor that it's all based on the same principles. It's all the same stuff, just in a different version, slightly different version, different people.
Mhm.
But it's all the same joke, So I've sort of seen every joke in this before. And it was funny before, and it's still funny, but it's not like I'm not on the floor, like hurting myself laughing at this point.
That's
And the
fair.
other
I mean it's really what he captures other people saying, right? That's the whole bit. of
Right.
it.
It's always been his bit with every character that he's done. And I've watched literally everything that he's done, like every comedy thing that he's done, except for the brothers Grimsley. That one I didn't watch, but I think most people can forgive that. So it was funny. I like that you had the babysitter woman, the older woman who was a babysitter. She like, she was like the heart of the movie, I felt. Like, she had like a really good heart. And even like the rednecks who took Borat in for a couple days, like they didn't seem like they were like complete assholes. Like they seemed like, look, they let this stranger come live with them basically, but you don't really know what went on behind the scenes. And apparently the woman, like they only paid her like $3,800, and like, I don't know.
And she like makes the whole movie.
Yeah.
Really, like that's
yeah.
like if they don't have her, she was like a gold mine of making that movie.
Yeah.
Like
She's the heart.
she is. And that movie, like the plot to that movie, overall, it's kind of a heartwarming, cute movie. Like
They're
the overall
trying. Well,
plot
only because
line.
of her. Only because of her.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah.
So,
It's weird that it has kind of a, I don't know, like saccharine type of plot to it, but it's crude throughout.
yeah, yeah. But she should get a bonus because I'm sure to get Sacha Baron Cohen to do that movie, they had to pay him a lot of money because I'm sure he wasn't really thrilled about revisiting the Borat character at this point in his career. Like, I think he needs to do that.
But a lot of it, and it made sense for the movie as well, is him not playing Borat. It's Borat playing another character.
Right. But it's all the same thing. I think what got him to do it is the money, of course, and the fact that he can have some political commentary. He's very political in his
Mhm.
on social media.
Sorry, I got to tuck in my shirt.
Tuck in your shirt?
Yeah. Tuck.
Oh,
Guys are the worst.
Giuliani.
Yeah.
That was a Giuliani joke, yes.
It was
That
good.
seems
It was
real
not as good as
difficult.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying. But I've just seen so much of his. I've seen everything. Did you see his Showtime special that he had? Who is America?
Giuliani, no.
No, Sacha Baron Cohen. That was really good too. But it's all the same thing, and it's just like, it's funny, but it also makes you like sigh at the end because this is America. Anyway, what else? Wombat, I started watching the second Nexium doc.
Mhm. Yes, there's 2 episodes of that out now.
Yes, I
I'm
watched
up
both
to
of
date.
those.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called Seduced. Something I forgot what it's called.
Something Nexium. It's also worth noting that Keith Raniere, the founder of Nexium, was sentenced yesterday.
Yes, I saw that.
120 years in prison.
It's a lot.
In case you were wondering.
He's not going to get out.
No, I don't think so. What do you think of Seduced?
Seduced, I was hesitant to watch it, but there wasn't, we sort of blew through a lot of the stuff that we've been watching. So I find that it's a lot. I don't think I would enjoy it as much if I hadn't seen The Vow.
It's a really good companion to The Vow because it gives
yeah.
a whole. You're seeing some of the same footage again, but literally from a completely different perspective.
Right, and it's more nuts and bolts, and every documentary has got a bias to it, no matter what, and it's just always good to see something from a different angle. And I think to have all the background and the tension from the first one, the Vow did a good job of building up tension, and while this one does a good job of sort of answering questions that you had after you finished The Vow, and you're like, wait a minute, you guys never talked about the money. What about the money? This thing looks like a huge operation. Where's the money? What about the sex? This whole thing's a sex cult. You didn't talk about the sex at all.
Not once. Yeah. Who was it? How did they get people?
Right.
Why
Which hole?
which
holes were used? We need to know
Yeah.
about which holes, basically.
And how bad, it's interesting because the people that are the heroes of The Vow are very much the villains of Seduced as well.
Right.
When they show the clips of Nippy in the men's group
love
being
Nippy.
a complete douchebag.
Shipwreck, aren't you sad that you don't have Netflix because there's a guy named Nippy? His nickname is Nippy.
The Vow is not on Netflix.
I
The
know.
Vow is on HBO.
Oh,
You
right.
can
Oh,
watch
Not
I
that.
HBO either.
It's someone in your family has HBO.
No, they don't.
Do you need my login or cheapies? We'll
no.
look you up.
I could get HBO if I wanted HBO.
Yeah.
I don't like depressing TV.
It's not
It's not
depressing.
depressing.
It's
It's
not.
not
It's
depressing.
interesting.
Depressing to me.
It's interesting. It's about it's just about the human condition, and look at
Yeah.
this guy who's just decided to take over people and make himself a king, basically.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
why
and-
would
and-
somebody
I'm gonna
do that?
subscribe to Apple Plus and watch my Ted Lasso and be happy.
Is that good?
Everybody says it's great and it's heartwarming.
Did you
and
watch
it? Looks
it?
good to me.
Okay.
But you didn't watch it.
Not yet because I'm waiting for Apple One or whatever the subscription that combines all the subscriptions.
Oh, they haven't done that yet.
It's
Okay.
any day now, I think.
All right, any day. Okay. It's a great companion. I would totally recommend watching The Vow first, though, because The Vow does a good job of giving you the background, and there is some build up and suspense, and in that, while this one is more just like throwing facts at you, sort of, and analysis.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yep.
that's Seduced on
I
on
reconnected
Stars.
with I reconnected with some high school friends over these 2 documentaries.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Someone posted about it and I replied, and then another person chimed in, and we've been having conversations about it online.
Not because they were in the Nexium.
No.
Good.
We're not in the next.
Good. I also watched a show called Evil. We started that. Mrs. Cheapy
That's the
selected
Luke
that.
Cage show, right?
Yes, Luke
Yeah.
Cage is in it. Very different character in this
Yeah,
show. Though.
not actually Luke Cage, but the actor that played him. For those that are confused,
I don't know his name, and I don't know the name of the actress who's the star of the show. But it's a very. I guess you guys haven't watched it. I never heard of it before, but
It's on CBS.
right, it's on Netflix as well. You
Yeah.
can catch at least the first season. So we've watched the first 2 episodes of Evil. It's a combination of. Well, I don't even know it's I'll tell you. I'll give you the basic plot. There's the church is investigating possessions and like demonic possessions and miracles. And there's a group of people who work on that. It reminds me of Lucifer in a way. It's a Lucifer type vibe. And they investigate these situations. And the Luke Cage actor plays a priest in training who's on this squad. And there's the Middle Eastern guy from the Daily Show.
So we're supposed to believe that the handsomest man in America doesn't have sex?
Luke Cage is the handsomest man. He won that this year or last year?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh. Yeah, he did. Well, he's got like a past, I think. I only watched 2 episodes. It's pretty scary. It's like a little creepy, but it definitely has that network TV production vibe to it. I don't even know how to describe it because I barely watch any network TV shows. Like this is the first network TV show I've watched in a long time.
You should watch, what is it? It's Criminal Minds? That
Well-
show was gross.
Look, this show's a little gross too. This show's kind of gross, I gotta say. There's like fingers getting cut off. And stuff.
CBS is really big on gross out TV shows.
Yeah, but the look to it, it looks like I don't know. It doesn't have that look of like some of these Netflix shows. They look like almost like movies. Like they just have that high production value look to them, and this sort of is missing that. But other than that, it's pretty cool. So I would recommend Evil based on the first 2 episodes I've watched so far. The last thing that we watched is, as a family, we watched Terminator 2. You remember we watched Terminator 1, and Ty had his 13th birthday, so now, I don't know. Whatever.
Time for Terminator 2.
Terminator, he's a man now. So
you can watch Terminator 2. That's fine.
By accident, I rented the extended edition. I didn't know that there was
Is that
a choice.
just sex? Is that 15
Does
minutes
that
of
have
sex?
boobs in it?
Hardcore robot fucking. No, I didn't even know, but I remember like I'm watching the movie and I'm like, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I really don't remember them like pulling a chip out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's brain and then like her, almost smashing it to kill him when they're trying to reset him or something. And
I remember that. Wasn't that in there?
I don't know.
well, there's a scene where he
Were they in
kills
the garage or whatever?
are dead.
Well,
That's all I remember.
well, remember that when he calls the parents up and
Your parents are
the
dead.
the T-1000, whatever the liquid metal Terminator is, kills the step parents or the foster parents.
Yeah.
And the dog is barking in the background.
The milk, yes.
Yeah. Right,
Or
the
orange
milk.
juice or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Milk?
The Terminator kills the dog in this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is not the cut that we needed to see.
Yeah. I didn't know about that. Ty's like, oh no, not the dog. And I'm like, oh no. But you don't see it, but you hear him break the neck. It was Ty liked it, and it was totally fine. I feel for him to watch, content
I would say
wise.
it's probably fine for them to watch.
There's an extra scene with the Dyson family.
I thought you were going to say there was an extra scene with Dice Clay.
Oh,
Hey, yo, Terminator!
hey, I'm over here now. He
Little Miss Terminator sat on a Muppet.
yeah, it went
So
over
is the
well.
vacuum cleaners?
No,
those
Dyson's
people?
the guy. Remember, he's the guy who developed
Invented
Skynet,
the vacuum cleaner.
and he's the guy that blows up the thing with his, you remember when they go to Skynet town, Cyberdyne Systems.
Familiar.
You're familiar. It was good. What else? What have you guys been watching?
I started as I mentioned last week. We did actually start watching the right stuff. We watched the first 2 episodes. It is different. It's very very different from the movie, obviously, because one's a movie and this is a TV show. But this focuses a lot more on Glenn and Shepard, as opposed to the movie, which focuses more on Grissom and Gordon Cooper. If you know your astronauts.
I do not actually.
So it's interesting to see it from that perspective. I didn't know that much about Alan Shepard. Like, his womanizing past until I started watching this. So it's definitely interesting if you're into the Apollo 7.
You're into womanizing?
Yeah. No, if you're into the Apollo 7, and we watched
Is
it
that
with
what he
Elliot.
calls it?
Yeah. We did. Ready for liftoff. We watched it with Elliot, who also started to get into it and into the astronauts and the history of really that whole time of the late 50s, early 60s. And he wanted to know more about it, but I think the right stuff was a little slow for him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So we switched over to Hidden Figures. You know, the Katherine Johnson.
Is that faster than this right
Yeah.
stuff is?
He was completely engrossed in Hidden Figures. He loved every second of that movie.
Is that the
That's
math
also
one?
on Disney Plus.
That's the math one, yeah.
Yeah. That's the math of the Apollo 7. So it's like this. And it was also interesting because he knew who the astronauts were at that point. And he knew, like where the locations were because of the right stuff. So he had a little bit of an education on what, the foreground. So to get this little extra background information, I thought was very interesting to him. So I recommend it. I recommend both, obviously. Hidden Figures is kind of an amazing movie, though. So that's that.
Nice.
I've also been watching the Comedy Store documentary on Showtime.
I heard about that.
It's also very good and interesting. It's a little candy coated because it's authorized. It's an authorized documentary of the Comedy Store. It's produced by Pauly Shore and his brother. So
no videos of people doing blow in the bathroom?
No, there's that. It's all there.
Oh, good.
That's all there. It's
was
just
worried.
it's not they don't like Louis C.K. is interviewed in it.
Mhm.
And there's a lot. They spend a lot of time on Joe Rogan, and everybody is great, and everybody's a wonderful comedian, and nobody has a past. It's that kind of a thing. Like they don't really say anything negative about anybody.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
When I'd check that out. I would check that out.
Yeah, but they do. He does interview everyone. Mike Binder, who's also a good comedian in his own right, but he's got. If you name a comedian, they're on it, from Letterman to Leno and everyone in between. So
is that on Netflix?
That is on Showtime.
I don't think I got that.
Yeah, well, you can find out.
All right,
I have that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to new releases.
Yeah,
sure. I've been playing. I finished Pumpkin Jack. I talked about that last week.
I watched video of it.
Pumpkin Jack is really good.
Okay.
That's made by one person.
Yeah, I mean, there's he got some help on like voice acting and some music and stuff, but yeah, it's made by one person. He took like 4 years to make it. Yeah, very much like the medieval games. It's got, I don't know, it's good pace to it. The platforming is interesting. The combat is the animation on the combat is really good. It's what is it, $30? It's well worth the $30. I was very pleased with that game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unusual that those games come out and they're either like AAA games or they're kind of like middling. The graphics aren't very good or the gameplay is just okay. This one, it looks like it looks like a whole studio made this game.
Wow. Mostly a platformer?
It's like a Jack and Daxter medieval that style of platformer. So it's
right. Action platformer.
Yeah, action platformer. It's got some Crash Bandicoot type of stuff going on. You ride on mine cars for like little bits. And
is that Game Pass?
No, I don't know if it's on Game Pass or not.
Wombat knows.
It's not. Okay, Wombat would check. But I do recommend Pumpkin Jack. It was quite good. I have been playing a Game Pass game, and I know Wombat's been playing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a game that is on Game Pass is Carto.
Oh.
And Carto is charming and adorable and totally worth your time.
Oh, what kind of game is that?
It is a puzzle game, I guess, at heart. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I guess it. So you are. It's a overhead type of looking map, and you're exploring it like you're on an island to start with. But you find parts of that island like as a map.
Yeah,
And
think
so
of
then,
like a tabletop card game where
like
you're building
Carcassonne,
the
if you
board as you
yeah,
go. You know
Okay.
those kind of card games where you have the tiles?
Yeah, yeah.
Tiles. That's
yeah,
the word. So you're this little girl and you have the ability to literally rearrange the tiles on the map even though it's in the real world. So you're changing the landmass as you go. So let's say that like run into someone and says, "Oh, we've lost Uncle so and so. We saw him was somewhere in the middle of the forest." But when you look at the map, it's all flat land and the forest areas are all in the corners. So then what you need to do would be like flip the tiles around so all the forest pieces are touching each other and now it's one big forest and when you walk into it, there's the uncle.
right. It's a clever concept.
Mhm.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, right now I'm doing this thing where I'm in the woods and I have to find my way through the woods, but the woods is literally only 2 tiles. So you're trying to rearrange the tiles to find your way through, and it keeps changing and you keep running into different people. It's very interesting. It's very clever.
I believe that's a Nick Sutner production.
Is it?
I believe he
He's
worked on
involved
that.
with it, yes.
Yeah, good. It's a good game. It's on Game Pass. So,
Excellent.
you know,
Excellent.
reason not to
That's
check it out.
called Carto.
you already paid for it.
Right.
So people were waiting for me to say that.
I've also been playing Transformers Battlegrounds.
Were people waiting for you to say that?
I don't know. Somebody
Probably.
was. Somebody was.
I watched
So-
about 10 seconds of video on that, and I was like, oh, no.
Well, it's not for you, really, right?
Who is that
it's,
for?
It's all based upon the current Cartoon Network Transformers cartoon. So all the character designs, the voices, all of that stuff is straight out of the cartoon. So if you have
And
a
you
kid
know
who
what the
watches
kids
that
who watch
cartoon,
that show love? Turn-based strategy.
that
For
is the
$40.
interesting- This is XCOM. This is Transformers XCOM.
Okay.
Um,
I would love
so-
that if it looked like G1 and it was good. 2 asks. Just two.
For a beginner's style XCOM game, it's pretty solid. Dashel, like he really wants to play it, but then he just hands me the controller and tells me to do it because he just wants to watch the robots fight.
Sure. Everybody
Um,
does.
It's a little. That's the struggle with it. Is like you have to have a kid who watches that Transformers show and also wants to play XCOM. So maybe those that were into like the Mario and Rabbids game, and then another one of those. It's it's well done enough though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game.
Right. I just can't look at it. It hurts me as a man.
In the current, this will hurt your brain too. So in the current cartoon, Grimlock, you know Grimlock.
I'm very
Tyrannosaurus
aware.
Rex.
He's
Yeah.
right over here. You want me to get him?
I believe you.
So he always spoke in broken English.
Me Grimlock not speak broken English. You speak broken
Did you say
English.
me Grimlock don't speak Brooklyn English? Because that's what I heard.
You shut up.
Me Grimlock, me in Brooklyn.
Me
Me
Grimlock
latte.
strongest Dinobot. You
So
This latte you steam milk? Vegan milk?
fuck your Transformers game review. This show now go like this. Go on.
So,
Let's see. What
yes,
is Grimlock?
he
Grimlock's
talks
a
like
professor
that.
now? Is that what?
Professor Grimlock?
yes, when
Wha-
when he turns into robot form, his personality and speech patterns turn into basically Bruce Banner versus Hulk when he's
Got it.
when he's
I understood what they were going for.
yeah, Grimlock.
I've played
That
I've
make
seen the Hulk
me
before.
slag sad. Well, yeah, this is not for me. I can't. I'm not down with that. Sorry. Maybe they can have DLC that turns it into the G1 stuff. Not gonna happen, but
like yeah, I don't know. I get why they do it because it's their current property, but the style of game is really strange. I think this is the same company. I mean, it's the same company. I think this is OG. I believe this is OG.
not OG enough, if you ask me.
There's only like 2 companies that make all these kids games now, but the developers behind them they do things like make that Hotel Transylvania 3 game a Pikmin game. So they like, you can tell they want to make a game that's interesting with these licenses, but really probably the fans of these, all they want is like beat 'em up platformer style stuff. So
All right. Anything else this week?
Should Watch Dogs be on the list for this week, or is that or since it's out
that'll
on
be on
Friday,
next
it
week's
shows
list.
it'll be on next week's?
You mean the
Yeah.
game that's bricking consoles?
Yeah. Be
That's not
careful
good.
if you're getting that game for the Xbox. Apparently, it's causing not bricking, but causing them to overheat and shut down.
Somebody wrote bricking in the.
I know. I read also the next tweet said it
Wasn't a
worked
brick.
again after a
Oh,
while.
okay.
Yeah.
That's irresponsible
game.
tweeting.
Supposed to come tomorrow, I believe. So
Well, good luck.
wish me luck. That Cobra Kai game came out.
Is that supposed to be good?
I don't know.
Can't be good.
I am interested in that one because I need to look at the rating on that one again, because that is something that Dasha would be very into if it's a
Right.
age appropriate game for him.
They have superpowers in it.
I know exactly.
Thorban was
This is
tweeting
going to
it.
be what is up his alley.
It doesn't have any reviews. At least the Switch version doesn't. Let's see. Box. Nope. No reviews. Not a good sign.
Perfect.
Oh, Hobby Consoles gave it an 80.
Hmm.
No, it's in Spanish. Oh, I have a virus now. Powering down.
Is the 80 different when they translate languages?
Yeah, I forgot how to say it in Spanish.
I mean, I
Sorry.
feel like there's a lot of stuff on this list, but I've played a
Ghost
lot of
Runner.
stuff
Ghost
recently.
Runner is supposed to be good, like a fast-paced.
I heard that. Yeah, I saw
action
Christian
platformer.
Spicer talking about that today.
Right,
He said it was great, and not to sleep on that game.
right.
And yet, I'm still sleeping on that game. So it all works out.
I think I was offered a review code for that today. That I will.
I was not.
Yes. All right. Is that it for the new
Good.
releases?
Ask for 2
What? Ask for two.
and some hot food.
Right. I was exactly where I was.
Did
going.
you see? I
I
did
know.
see that they made a remastered version, or maybe it's a new version of North and South.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it when I was clicking through the Xbox store. It's
No.
the Blue Coats North and South.
I never played that. What
And
is that?
It's the actual. Is it a remake of the PC game?
Yeah, it was on NES, I believe, as well.
Let me see.
I actually
Yeah.
used to play that game all the time.
No reviews.
I just didn't know that came out. I have to check it out. I mean, I'm not going to get it for $30, but
I want to look at it and just see what they did to remaster that game.
yeah.
I'm waiting for a remaster for Ancient Art of War at Sea. Let me know when that's ready.
I'm seeing in this colorful strategy game, the Blue Coats North versus South.
Yep. All right. I think that's it for the new releases, I guess. Right?
All right. Yeah, I think so.
Is the new Oddworld game, or is that just on Switch? That is a Switch. That's a Switch exclusive, isn't it? Or
That's just the old game.
oh,
That's
new
the
and
old-
tasty is
yeah,
just a
it's an
remaster.
exclusive old game for Switch.
It's fantastic. Then they're good at that. All right.
Yep.
That's it for the new releases.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. Then
Is it time to hear from our friends at Feels?
I think it is that
All
time.
right. Let me ask you a question.
I'm ready.
Do you experience stress or have anxiety or chronic pain or have trouble sleeping at least once a week? You are not alone. Many of us do.
I didn't get the answer. I didn't get the
Yes?
answer. Oh, it was a
Oh.
rhetorical question.
It
Sorry,
was a
go ahead.
rhetorical question.
My bad.
I was going to say I have trouble sleeping. I have a lot of trouble sleeping.
Okay.
I am very stressed out in my everyday life.
I could not tell that.
I know. I'm a little high strung. I don't know. That might be news for you.
Should almost spit his beer all over the screen. Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I was searching for anything that could help, and that is when I discovered Feels. What is Feels? Feels is premium CBD delivered directly to your doorstep. What does Feels do? Feels naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. I have mine next to my bed, but I know Cheapy has his right in front of him.
Next to my mouth. It's always next to my mouth. I'm going to show you how to take it right now because
And while he takes it,
Oh.
I'm going to say that when I take it, it really does help relax me, and it does help me go to sleep. and I don't think honestly I can't imagine sleeping without it at this point. It's really easy to take, as you just saw. You just place a few drops of Feels under your tongue and feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. So leave room to experiment over the course of a week or so. You may need to take more or less to get the effects you're after. There's real human support. If you're new to CBD, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience. Feel better naturally. Feels works naturally to help you feel better. There's no high, hangover, or addiction. Join the Feels community to get Feels delivered to your door every month. You'll save money on every order, and you can order. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause your membership or cancel at any time. Feels has me feeling my best every day, and it can help you too. Become a member today by going to feels.com/CAGcast, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/CAGcast to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/CAGcast.
Awesome. And now we can slide right into your fortnightly news.
I'm wearing the shirt.
You are a fortnightly man.
I am. So there was some lots of Fortnite stuff going on this week.
Go for
Donald Mustard was hitting the rounds.
it. Who?
Mr. Fortnite himself.
Who's
from
that?
Epic.
Oh.
He's the guy who created the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and he did.
Are you
an
like
interview-
a stand?
Oh, I have a big poster of him in my bedroom.
I've
he's
never
the
heard
guy-
that name before in my life. I'm pretty sure. I
Don-
thought
Donald
like
Mustard. I love that name. It's funny.
Character.
Yeah, it sounds fake. He's the Fortnite guy, and
Okay.
he did a Zoom interview with Jeff Keighley that made the rounds. Not so much because of the content of the interview, but because he said that there were Easter eggs in his space,
Like in your space.
like in my space. But mine doesn't really mean anything.
there's
Mine
actual
is
eggs
just-
in wombat space, I think.
Exactly. He had sitting at next to him, still in the package, was a Snake Eyes action figure. And that's leading a lot of people to think that the G.I. Joes are coming to the Fortnites.
Makes sense. It would be
I
a
think we
good
leaked
fit.
that last week, didn't we?
Yeah. So
we,
you're right.
We talked about that last week about we
The
guessed
hottest
that.
entertainment property today.
I know.
I can't wait for the Netflix series. It's gonna be awesome.
You know what? Nothing will bring the kids to the G.I. Joes like the Fortnites. So I know
We don't
that
have
you
room for the kids with the GI Joes. They're already sold out everywhere.
I know. I got an email today from Hasbro with the new 12-inch Snake Eyes. That looks insane, and I'm sure will sell out in about 3 seconds. So, whatever. Also, he did another interview with Marvel this week where he said that more Marvel content is coming to Fortnite as well. I'm going to say that this season has probably been successful for them.
How could it not be?
I don't know.
You know?
As you said, it's a ridiculous value what you get for your $8.50 for that season pass.
Can't believe
The
I
amount
said
of
that.
skins and doodads of Marvel characters.
I want to retract that statement.
Hey, you're the one who said
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know,
It's fine. I'm just kidding. No.
you get Thor and Iron Man and
Uh,
Doctor Doom
Take my
I
money.
mean, and Wolverine.
All right, that's good.
$8?
I'm glad to see that you predicted the trends.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, we did. I talked about Marvel about 2 months before it happened. We talked about G.I. Joe, and now that looks like it might happen. I guess the question is, what else could we talk about that we would want to see? GB, I'll ask you, what would be the one license? Oh, we've had this conversation.
I wouldn't.
before.
Transformers, Generation 1 Transformers.
If they did G1, that would
How
be
they gonna do
weird,
that?
but, yeah.
They
They
could
have
do
like
it.
a
I mean, if they've got GI Joe coming, Transformers is not far behind.
They're too boxy though. Like how do you do
they
that in
have
the
like
context of the
a
game?
couple of they have like a Voltron ripoff skin that they sell a lot. So it's not like there's not precedent for that style.
I don't want a
but-
guy wearing a Transformer shirt. I want,
No, I'm saying there's
Grimlock or
it's
something.
like a Voltron looking.
But how? That's not fair. There's too much of him, right? He's a big
yeah,
boxy
he's
thing.
Big, yeah, it's the same problem with like Doctor Doom in the game. Like Doctor Doom looks awesome, but he's kind of huge.
Big ass target.
Yeah, as opposed to playing as Mystique, who's
Right.
like tiny.
Right. I don't want that. That
Yeah.
sounds like I'm gonna lose.
What about if you could play as Sam Witwicky?
There you go. Or what was the one with the little robot, the
Spike.
robot scooter? Spike.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Spike, which one was in the wheelchair? Somebody was in the wheelchair on Transformers.
Not me.
Definitely.
I don't remember.
Could have been the comic. Might have been the comic. Now that I think about it. Anyway, where else? What else we got here in Wombat's fortnightly news? Oh,
So you're looking forward to playing Cyberpunk soon?
I think the developers were looking forward to going home.
Cyberpunk 2077 has gone gold. Everyone's gonna play it before you know it. No delays.
Imagine being the developers getting that message. Apparently, they got the delay message at the same time the public did.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
That must have been a pretty cool feeling.
They're saying it's because they're having issues getting the next gen stuff ready.
I mean, they can say, first of all, they can say anything. And what's
I understand
true
they can
is
say it.
they could be two different things. I totally believe that there's a Stadia version. Okay? Enough said.
I know. Does
A lot
that
of
really
work.
have to be out the same day as everything else? Like,
They-
could you imagine if that's what's causing the trouble?
They took the money.
Contractually, maybe.
What's that?
Maybe.
Contractually.
It could be, yeah, totally. Totally.
They could also like release it completely broken on Stadia, and no one would ever know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good point.
Like, there's no reason why they could like you boot it up and it just like says Cyberpunk and it just you hit the A button and it just turns off the console and that's it.
Just needs to work good enough on Stadia. Like, you know, we don't need miracles.
How big is this patch coming in?
Oh, day one patch?
But if we guess, so we said 827 gigabytes.
Yeah,
How could it be that big? What?
because that the joke.
That's
is
the size of the hard drive on the PlayStation.
It's going to be the whole game. You're going to download the entire game. I guarantee it.
Twice.
No, not
So
twice.
60 gigs.
Double
It'll be a
download.
size. You're going to download the entire new game. It's
You're
not
gonna have to
be a
download
patch.
the entire game.
Other
and then
games have done
download it
that
a second
before.
time.
Other games have done that before. They make you download the whole new thing. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh well. Now all these other games have to rearrange all these other games that were coming out around this time are rearranging their schedules.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. I just
Are
read
they?
one. Path of Exile just announced that they were moving to January because they were launching in middle of December, and people were looking for it. It's a big game actually, and there are other games too. I'm sure.
Okay.
Middle of December really isn't where you want to be launching
No.
a AAA game.
I might be. Hopefully, we'll be knee deep in Assassin's Creed at that point and won't even be paying attention.
Yeah, you never. That's very late. Very, very late, mid-December.
Or I'll be
Nintendo's-
playing
I
as.
feel like Nintendo might pull that sometimes, but they don't.
I'll be
care.
too busy playing as Hawkeye in the Avengers game to notice. So
I'm still waiting for Spider-Man.
you have a long wait because you have the Xbox version.
Right. I'm gonna buy a few different versions. What else? What else? In your
I just
fortnightly
thought this
news?
was ridiculous.
Okay.
And I didn't know if I couldn't believe it, but they actually released a blog post on Anthem today.
Yes, I saw that. I
BioWare?
didn't read it, but I saw that they announced something.
They're still planning that big update. Remember when they promised they were going to fix the game and make it fun? According to this, their first post in I don't know 4 months or more. They're still working on it. Still working on it.
Dear audience, it's still not fun. We'll get back to you in a little while.
Basically.
Thank you for your patience. Check in.
Oh,
in a
it
few
was
months.
it's bizarre.
Oh, it sucks. I feel bad for everybody,
Yeah.
but at least they have jobs.
Yeah, true.
But they don't float these things forever. EA, I don't know.
They're
I don't
adding
know.
skill trees, and they showed a picture of what the skill tree matrix looks like to show you how in depth it's going to be.
Is there like
it,
next gen upgrades coming to this
I
game?
don't know. I
feel
doubt
like
it.
that could help.
I don't
they
think
could-
so.
Do like a next gen relaunch. I feel like that. I don't know. It's better than nothing.
It's
I
so
like this
confusing
thing.
though right now. I feel like there's so much stuff that I'm supposed to be getting pumped up for next gen because people just keep telling me that their game's playable on the next gen. Like our game's coming out for the old gen, but it's also playable on the new gen. And I'm like, I can't even be bothered to understand what exactly that means right now.
Right? Is it just the backwards compatible?
I think you're going to see a lot of that. It obviously depends on the game, but yeah.
We'll see what Anthem does. I saw that No Man's Sky has got a big next gen update. That's like
Yeah,
looks
but at
crazy.
least they've kept. I give them a lot of credit for doing what they've done, because they very easily could have been like, you know what, this didn't go the way we planned. We're gonna move on to the next thing. But they keep working on that game, and I think people really enjoy that game now. It seems to be popular still, maybe more than ever, and I give them a lot of credit. It's not Jurassic Park harmonica theme anymore.
No, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
How are they generating revenue? I don't understand the No Man's Sky concept.
They're on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, I think they're on Game Pass now.
Okay, so that's how they're getting some revenue. But they were
Right.
doing updates for a long time.
Correct.
and, like, there's
I
not
think the
people
game
buying
sold
the
really
game
well to
still.
begin with, and
Yeah,
just,
they did. But
Yeah.
at that point, yeah, props to them for sticking with it, rather than just cutting and running and
Right.
taking all the money.
Maybe someone in
Yeah,
the
that's
chat
what I
knows
mean.
how they're making money.
Who knows? But they're doing something, and people. I mean, yeah, they're doing it right. It's the exact opposite of, say, I don't know, Anthem
Right.
or
Right.
even Avengers, where whatever. I'm not getting into that.
No
again.
Avengers talk.
I know, no Avengers talk. Although I am still playing it.
I'm sure. You shouldn't
'Cause
admit to that.
What
I'm
are you
the
doing
worst.
in that game? There's nothing to do.
Again, I don't know. I just
He
there's
likes
part of me
mashing the
that-
buttons.
I'm mashing the buttons. It's kind of relaxing in its own way,
Sucks.
and I have nothing else to play.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I have nothing.
How about Apex Legends Season 7, which launches November 4th?
There's no solo mode in Apex.
But it's supposed to be played with your friends. And I think, is it cross-play yet? Cross-platform?
It was. I don't know if it's still there.
Wait, they
Don't,
stopped doing it?
It was a beta. They did a cross-play beta.
Oh.
But I don't have friends,
Okay.
so I can't play.
So you don't even need a
Apex.
B.
Yeah, and B, I don't have friends.
Right.
So
All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. It looked
Yeah.
pretty cool. It looked very colorful based on the teaser trailer, which didn't actually show any gameplay, but was like some.
I'll stick with the Fortnites.
Right. All right, let's move on to Microsoft. At Chuluhu8U says, I know the CAGcast is
Cthulhu.
That's what I said.
You said Cholula.
Whatever. Chahulu, Cholula. So they're all delicious. Let's all agree. I said, I know the CAGcast has done some good coverage on GameStop news in the past. What is your opinion on the GameStop Microsoft revenue share? He says, this really favors Microsoft and lets GameStop in on the digital revenue, but is it a good thing for consumers? I'm just afraid of how much GameStop employees will be forced to push the Xbox and its services on customers. We were talking about this in our little private chat, Shipwreck and Wombat, about
That's
this
true.
this news and whether it was, how significant it was. And Shipwreck was arguing that it was not very significant for the most part.
I just don't see it as a major revenue for GameStop. The problem with GameStop and their greatest asset, obviously, is that they have so many stores everywhere.
Correct. It's like it's a pawn shop. It's a brand name pawn shop for younger people, young adults, I guess. Right? Is that accurate?
So competing against, like, the only benefits they have are they have a lot of stores
Mm-hmm.
and they take trade-ins,
Mhm.
right? That's the only thing different.
And you can pay for things in cash. You can pay for things in cash. Unlike Amazon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Like in person in cash. Even if you're buying digital currency, whatever, some people just cash.
But I don't know. Like this, there's just not a large amount of people that are looking to go somewhere to pay cash to get their digital codes to go download stuff.
Right.
Right? Eventually, people are just going to buy it from their house and go, especially in the post-pandemic world, once we get to a post-pandemic world of...
Well, you can't download a console.
You can't download a console. That's for
and
for
that's the
sure.
whole point of the agreement is that GameStop, if you bought an Xbox if you bought an Xbox at GameStop, then GameStop will get a percentage of whatever you spend on that Xbox digitally. GameStop is going to get a percentage of that. I don't think they announced the percentage, and people have speculated about what that percentage is. Some people said as high as 10%. Some people think it's like 1%. Very, very big difference there, by the way, in case.
And it's a huge difference from what their current model um,
Correct.
margins are, right?
Correct.
It's enormously different.
Correct. The
So-
margins on like trading in games, it's like 40% or something, 30%, 40%, something like that. So yeah, this could be like, I mean, the stock reacted really well to it. The stock shot up a lot, like doubled, almost.
Well, any positive news is going to make that stock jump up real high, right?
Right,
Yes.
right. The rumor, well, to answer this guy's question, what the effect on the customer is, the rumor is that PlayStation is gonna either already has a deal like this in place or will at some point in the near future. I mean, that is a valid concern. If that's not, I mean, if that's not the case, and GameStop is really just more financially incented to sell you an Xbox, doesn't matter now, obviously, because they're just whatever's coming in is going right out the door. But 2 years from now, a year from now, it could make it if GameStop is still around, then it could be meaningful. And yeah, that's a valid concern if they're pushing one console over the other because the revenue could be really significant.
Who's it a valid concern for, though?
Customer, just the
The
customer.
other side of this would also be, in an era where there seems to always be console shortages, if it means that GameStops get steady supplies of consoles early, it could be a benefit to the consumer who's looking for a new console. If they are, in fact, new consoles.
I don't know. Amazon or all these other big retailers, they're just as big as There's a few that are just as big as GameStop probably at this point and can get the same thing going. And I don't know. What Shipwreck is saying, I think, is
They just have so much overhead.
right.
GameStop has so much overhead, and I don't know how they get around that. Like, you look at like Microsoft, enormous corporation. They tried having Microsoft stores,
That did not work out.
and that did not work out.
We still have
Right.
one in Roosevelt Field.
Is it still there? They
Still
didn't
there.
close it?
Going strong, baby. Going real strong. I mean,
I
not
haven't
going
been there
strong,
yet.
but it's still there. You've never been there? Have you walked by?
No,
it
I mean I
even?
haven't been there since the
Oh, COVID.
pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah. I haven't been there at all.
I believe it is closed during the pandemic. I believe I walked by the store and it was not open, but it's still in
Then
business.
it's probably gone.
Oh, well, they haven't cleaned it out. The stuff is still in there.
Well, that's because there's no one to do it because
I
there's a
don't know about
pandemic.
that. I don't know about that. Anyway, there's a big difference between making, let's say 5% on some digital game purchases for the lifetime of a console and making 30-40% on a customer every time he comes in and selling a game like for.
Well, that also you're implying a lot about someone's spending habits. Theoretically, if it's 10% on the console, say 10% per game.
That's high.
the
I don't see that as even as someone like in the affiliate business. That seems.
But isn't that what the number they're throwing around? Is that 10%?
That's it's just rumor. That was the high end of the rumor that I've seen, but that
Fine.
seems
So
really
5%. Maybe. I mean, if someone, I don't know. I guess I don't want to do the math. Shipwreck, do the math. If if they make 40% on someone who buys one used game, as opposed to someone who buys 10 games over the lifetime of their console digitally, where's GameStop going to make more money?
No, but that same customer is not just trading in one game. He's an active customer. He's going to be coming back all the time trading, and he's
I don't know.
That's how their whole business is floated. I think these people coming in this circle of buying games, getting tired of them, trading them in, and getting the new one, and that's how GameStop takes a low margin business like selling video games
until you get your first hit of digital and not having to go to the store and not having to put in the disc and you just
Well, yeah,
keep
of
doing
course,
that, and you're
less
waiting for those
people. Of
digital
course, that's their
sales.
whole problem, right? Of course, that's why they're having so much trouble now.
Well,
Is
that's why we're
because
And now
here.
they get 5% of that
that's
from these
not
people
40%.
that
It's
from
not
the,
nearly. It's not
not
nearly
enough.
as much.
It's not
just
enough.
not.
even over 5 years, as opposed to someone who
Those-
from the
Yeah,
person
It's
who
the same customer. It's the
It's
same guy.
It's over 5 years. It still doesn't add up to the same, um, nearly as much as what they get with. Yeah, their
Physical
40%
goods.
markup on used games.
On their play. Their play
Yeah.
is that cycle. That cycle is just a great. That's what's kept GameStop going all these years. And
well, then so long, GameStop.
I think I think the stock market like this, but they I don't think they really thought about it too much. Like Shipwreck said, any positive news, just like yeah, go, yay.
Well, I mean, short term wise, yeah, great move,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's good. I just the footprint they have is it's hard to overcome that, and maybe the pandemic will help them as far as rent prices, right? Because your
Yeah.
locations, you may not get the rents that were pre-pandemic for a while,
Right. I don't know.
but they just have so much overhead.
Yep.
I get why Microsoft and Sony want to give them money, though. I mean, it's a large advertising wing for both of them, right? For the
Yes.
whole industry.
Yes, of course. Online, they have their online presence, and the in-store presence is the thing that can't be obviously easily duplicated. But their online presence is pretty decent, I'm sure. And yeah, they have all these marketing agreements with all the publishers, and yep. Well, we'll see. At least it's something that keeps them afloat. Keep some jobs. We need some jobs in this country, Wombat.
True.
You don't know.
True.
You have no idea what I just said.
Something about jobs.
Right. That's close enough.
Yep.
Let's move on. Let's move on to Sony. Is that okay with everybody?
Sure.
So I have a surprise. Now,
Reveal it.
I've been trying to keep this a secret, and I think I've been pretty successful for a while. And I know that everybody's been watching all these unboxing videos for the last couple of days, and it's took a lot of discipline to save it for the show. But I want to reveal to you right now. Hold on, let me just get it. Hold on. Here it is. You have to look on the stream, guys. But I have this PS5 here, and it's really awesome. Well, I bet you can't see it unless you're looking at the stream. But
I'm looking at the screen.
I have a fake giant PS5 on the stream.
Oh, I see.
Did you think I really had a PS5?
I thought you were holding nothing, and that was the joke.
Oh, well, it's funnier on Twitch. Do you anybody want an Xbox?
Yes.
Someone's gonna go. Oh, Shipwreck got an Xbox. Sorry, Wombat. You can have the PS5. You know what? I'm gonna give you the PS5.
Woo!
There you go. Enjoy that. No, everybody. There were a lot of. I woke up this morning and my whole stream was actually it was Xbox this morning.
Yeah, they did another blitz on there. I guess a different embargo went up.
Right. It's it is weird when you just see like four. You look at Twitter and it's just like four. Just everybody got one. Like like I watched none of them because. What are you gonna see? Like, I like all the people who got them, but like, what am I gonna see? It's an Xbox in a box.
Not to be the sour grapes guy, but there's definitely a little bit of that.
Right.
But at what point do these videos stop becoming, here's some information about the new console, and just become, here's a video of this free thing I got in the mail that you can't get yet,
right?
And may not be able to get for like 3 months because we don't know how hard they are to find. But here's my free one that I got early. So here, take a look at what I got. I'm not going to show you anything it does. I'm not going to plug it in. I'm not going to play any games on it. I'm not going to tell you any specifications. But look at the thing I got that you don't have and won't be able to get until maybe February. Check it out.
It was a lot. It was a lot. They did send out a lot.
And it's sort of like, I don't know if I want to see that anymore.
Well, I don't know. In some way, like I like to see like people that I know who are working hard to try to get stuff like this, get it. So in that way, like it's cool. But I know that when they send these things out, there's so many restrictions on like what you're allowed to show and talk about, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's a little much. It's a little overwhelming just to wake up and see everyone. Yup, me too. I got literally one of the tweets from somebody was, yup, I also have an Xbox to unbox. Like even the guy posting it was like sick of watching other people's unboxings, but here we are. Yup, here's another one. Anyway, whatever. It's the funny thing is that you can't buy these things now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like I asked for show questions this week, and at Scoobish writes in, yeah, where can I get a PS5 at launch? So it is weird that there's this onslaught of unboxing videos when you can't really
I think
order
it's
these
supposed to
things.
make you feel good about the purchase you already made.
Okay, that's one angle.
That's one part of it. Obviously, it's just pure advertising.
Yeah. People also want us to talk about the Xbox fridge.
They made an Xbox fridge. It was cute.
They sent it to Snoop Dogg and iJustine. I saw.
Yeah. And they're gonna give one away.
And they might make them. Yeah.
I don't want it. People are like, "Oh, you want that fridge?" No, I do not. I'm gonna say it for the record. I do not want the Xbox refrigerator.
Wombat would not bring it into his house if it was delivered to his front door.
I couldn't fit it in my house.
You could keep it in your garage.
Yeah, that would be where I'd have to put it. No, I don't want to put a refrigerator in my garage.
Just keep it in your driveway, plugged in.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather have a regular Xbox and not the fridge version.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the point now with the PlayStation 5 pre-orders where friends of my family are emailing my dad to see, like, they heard somehow that, like, they know somebody that, like, must work me. They're talking about me, like, in the video game business somehow, and maybe they got an in. So I'm getting emails from my dad, from people I don't know. People like his childhood friends' kids are looking to buy PlayStation 5s for their kids. That's where we're at this point. And, I got a nice letter from a mom who was looking to buy, her son is having a birthday on the PlayStation launch date and wanted to surprise the kid with the PlayStation on the day of launch. And I had to tell her that, like, yeah, that's impossible. Even if you ordered one on the first wave, like, there's no guarantee that you're getting it on that day of launch. In fact, emails went out warning you that that's probably not going to happen. And even if you bought a secondhand one on eBay, still they're going to have to get it, and then they're going to have to reship it. So, like, it's really, and the chance of going into a store and finding one on day one that's not going to happen. So I had to be the bearer of bad news, unfortunately.
You're such a jerk.
What else was I supposed to say? I
I
wrote a very long email. Like, I don't like writing emails, but I did. Like, explaining.
Yeah, of course you could get one that day.
I explained to her that I ordered one, and I have no guarantee that I'm getting it in that day or week or month of launch. Like, who knows?
Did you tell her how big and ugly it was? Did you break that to her? Well,
luckily we had all these unboxing videos, so it's been very cemented in everybody's minds now. Yeah, I'm sure she has no fucking idea about how big and ugly it is, to be honest. She would be very surprised. Definitely that's the type of person who's going to be surprised. These moms, they are in for an awakening when they see, like, what is that underneath the television? What have we got, an air filter? What is it? Is it a Roomba? Is that a Roomba? So yeah, that's where we're at in the PlayStation world. I think, like, definitely the demand's going to be higher for PS5, but yeah, it's going to be tough at launch, right at launch.
Demand will be higher and supply will likely be lower.
Yeah. I actually did an interview with Consumer Reports about the PlayStation, the new console launch and availability.
Did you give it the black circle with the hole in the middle or just the half circle?
So growing up, my dad, Consumer Reports is like the Bible in our house, right? Buying a new TV. We didn't have the Bible, but we had subscription to Consumer Reports, going to buy a TV.
If Chibi was ever, like, had to testify in front of the Senate, he'd have to swear over a stack of Consumer Reports.
Going to the store, going to Service Merchandise to buy a TV, bringing the copy of Consumer Reports, checking all of it. Didn't buy anything. If it was in Consumer Reports reviewed, that is where he went first before buying pretty much anything. So I got contacted by them saying they wanted to interview me about the new console launch. So I excitedly texted my dad, like, "Wow, I have some big news! Like, I know that you really love Consumer Reports, and I'm going to be interviewed by them, about this thing." And he writes back, "Well, like, I like Consumer Reports." And I was like, "Wait a minute! Like, how long have you been subscribed to Consumer Reports for?" And he writes back, 50 years. And I was like, I just can't impress this guy. But anyway, it was a good interview. It was very interesting. Like a lot of people that they talked to seemed to think that the availability of the new consoles was going to be just fine at launch, that you'd be able to walk into a Best Buy or something and walk out with one. And I said I disagreed with that, but I don't see
Like
why.
your best case scenario there is like early day one, right as the store opens, they may have a handful somewhere.
But people will be camped out there.
Exactly. Like after that, they're gone.
Right.
They're not coming back.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be tough. So I don't know when they're going to post that interview, but it should be. Guess it's not impressing my father, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's move on to the CAG bag. I think we're.
I had a game that I played
Oh,
too.
Shit. I thought you just wanted to talk about paper.
Well, the name of the game is A Tale of Paper.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
Yeah. For I don't know if it's on other consoles or not. I played it on PlayStation. It is. Have either of you guys played Little Nightmares or know what that is?
No.
Wombat, is that a thing in your household?
I feel like I know what that is, but I don't know what that is.
Little creepy girl in a yellow raincoat.
That sounds familiar.
So this has very much that same vibe of, I don't know, like tween horror type of vibe to it. Like it's not really scary, but it has like a scary atmosphere. Like it's just kind of overbearing the whole time you're playing it, but nothing really happens scary at all. It's just like the threat of something scary. So you are a little paper dude, and then you get powers to where you make origami shapes out of yourself. So you can turn into like an origami frog or a paper airplane, or what else is there? A wadded up ball of paper. Is that a form of origami, GP?
No, that's what happens when I try it, and I get frustrated.
I assume you're the origami expert, since
not really
on this show.
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't take origami classes when you were in Japan?
No, I've seen my wife try to show it to my son, but I don't remember any rolled up paper being part of it.
So it's a short game. I don't know, maybe a couple hours long at most. But it's got some good puzzles in it. It's very similar to what was that string game that EA had as well? That red string guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember what the name of that game was.
Tank?
They made two of them.
Tango?
Tangled, Stranded.
Stranded. Isn't that it?
No.
Strand. Stringy?
Stringy, yeah, Stringy the red string guy.
Yep, I love him.
It's a similar style of gameplay to that as well.
Right. All right. What's that called? A Tale of Paper?
A Tale of Paper. And I think that's another one that was like made by like two dudes or something.
Wow. All right, very cool. I by the way, the chat, an hour and 15 minutes into the show, the chat is pointing out that my video is reversed and that my shirt is mirrored. Not so useful to point it out now. I was
wearing a Fortnite dad shirt. They all thought I was playing the Eat Rough dad shirt.
What? No, yours isn't. Yours isn't. Just mine.
Oh, okay.
Yours is fine. Just mine. Yeah, not helpful pointing out now. Why would I even bother fixing it?
I've also been playing some Mario Kart Live too.
How is it?
It's fun.
It works?
Is it worth $100 a car? That's a no. You had to think about it for more than 1 second. It's a no.
I'm gonna make it worth that much.
Get the cats involved.
Yeah, the cats haven't gotten too involved with it right now. Like the main thing now is like my kids race around it or try to race against the cars, and so they're constantly stepping in front of it, and I'm scared to death that they're just going to shatter it while I'm racing the car.
Right.
What would have been a better investment, this or the Mario Kart Hot Wheel sets?
This will
Is
get
those-
more play out of my house.
Okay, because those sets are pretty sweet.
Yeah, those are good too, but we already have enough Hot Wheels sets.
Can you ever have enough Hot Wheel sets?
Yes.
You
Yeah, I
definitely can. Hot Wheels sets are not small, and they do
No.
not condense. in
I'm
any
very
form or
familiar
fashion.
with the.
You can also have too many Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Forget
I
about
am
the
well
sets.
aware of that
The
too.
Hot Wheels themselves, you can condense them down.
I
into
know, but you can
containers.
also get to the point where it's just a ridiculous amount of them where you have to give them away to people because they're just it's just too many. Who needs that many? That's what we had before we moved.
Yeah. So Mario Kart Live, it's
Yeah.
it's fun. The car, like at the low, what is it, 50cc beginning races, like the car actually goes different speeds depending on what races you're doing. So at the 50cc, like if you were to actually watch the remote control car going around your house, it's going impossibly slow. But when you're looking at it on the Switch, it looks speed appropriate.
I would
It's
imagine
very cool.
it would have to be that way because it would be very difficult to get around the house probably.
Yeah, so I I have to see if I can fix some of the connection issues. I wish the range on it was slightly larger. Um,
Did you say that
because-
neither kids can play with it because it's too fragile?
No, both of them can play with it.
Oh, okay.
They both play.
Oh, okay.
It's just when I'm controlling one, like we take turns.
Okay.
When I'm controlling one, they like to run in front of it and make like tunnels with their
Got it. Got
drive
it.
it in between my legs and
Sure.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine.
of course you would. Like that's part of the fun.
Right.
It's a very good concept. I wish the RF on it was just slightly stronger because I have a loop that goes around my like staircase in my house basically.
Right.
It's all hardwood around there, and it has one little spot where it's like the video kind of like jitters and it has occasionally lost connection with the car for a second or so.
Right.
But
Sounds like
cool concept. It's fun.
cavernous suburbs of Ohio homes problems
Yes.
for Mario Kart Live.
Maybe
But
we
then
can get
again,
some, like,
everything they demo it in, it's always a giant open house, like, you know, on the commercials and stuff.
yeah, it definitely goes really slow on carpets and stuff too.
Oh, I would expect it wouldn't.
Yeah, like,
But for $100 a car, you would expect like a quality signal, you know?
I think that's all based upon whatever they had built into the Switch.
I was gonna say that's a
begin
Switch
with,
issue,
right?
not a
That's
car
a
issue.
Switch
Yeah,
issue.
that makes sense.
So
Makes a lot of
because
sense.
we have plenty of remote control cars that can zoom around the house,
Sure.
no problem. You just can't see where they're going because they don't have the camera built into.
Right. Yeah, it does sound cool. I want to try it. I don't want to pay for it. I want to try it.
Come on over.
All right, be right there. Bloop. All right, let's move on to the CAG bag. I think we made it.
Awesome.
At Carl Kramer writes in, have you tried streaming games from your console to your iOS devices with the new Xbox app from home, away on Wi-Fi, away on cellular? No, never. We're not doing that. I don't think ever.
Thank you for answering that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure they're going to get it so that it works. But if I'm away from my Xbox, I should probably be away from my Xbox, I feel. Like, let's just do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the technology and all that, but I can do other things besides play Xbox or PlayStation when I'm not home. So I think that's how we all feel. At T. Stevenson, when any of you are doing work meetings, are you using your podcast microphones? Shipwreck, is that your setup right there, just like that?
Yeah, this is the same setup I have for work.
You sat in that
It's funny.
chair like all day and night.
Yeah,
now?
this is the chair I've sat in for 7 months straight.
I'm with you on the chair thing. I'm in the same stupid chair, but I do have my office requisitioned headset, which GP has seen me wear before.
How come you don't use the microphone? It would sound so much better for everybody.
I use this guy
But how come you don't use the microphone?
because it's a pain in the butt.
Is it?
And, yeah.
How?
To move it around.
How do you have to move
I can't
it? though?
have this in front of me all day.
Why not?
Because it's too big.
But it moves though out of your way when you're not using it.
Because then it's required.
Don't you want to give your coworkers the best oral experience that they've ever had?
Wow. I'm
Again.
not touching that. I'm not touching that with a 3-foot pole.
I don't know. Everybody expects it now at my work. Like when
Right.
I'm in a meeting, they expect me to have my video on because I can also do multiple camera angles.
What?
Because my laptop has a camera in it too.
Got it.
So
I've done that before.
I can swap between camera angles during meetings as well. So I don't know. I already had the setup. I don't know why I would go to something worse.
Right. Yep.
For daily use.
Wombat hates his coworkers. That's his reason.
That is a big part of it.
Let's see. At Painkiller1, any thoughts on the AMD unveiling today? I know you guys are primary console, but it looks like PC will be making a comeback, not just for Counter-Strike Go anymore. I don't think that's true. That people were just using PCs for Counter-Strike Go in the in the current times. I don't know. I'm sure they're great chips. I don't know. I just got a new PC. I'm not watching any things about new products for several years. Let me know in several years when there's something good I need to get. Hold on. There's some questions from the chat, I think. Oh, that's not right. Oh, wait, hold on. Mega Man wants to know what our Halloween plans are. He says he saw Cheapy tweet out some costume hints so far. Who else is dressing up? I'm not dressing up. That was Ty's costume. You both dressing up?
No, the kids are dressing up.
Oh.
You've already seen my costume. We already had one family Halloween party. I'm Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, that was a good costume.
Yeah.
That was nice. Ty is Ty was dressing up as Overhaul from My Hero Academia, which nobody...
I thought he was a plague doctor.
It's a similar concept, I think.
Because that's what Elliot is. Elliot has this plague doctor costume.
Oh no, this looks
be
weird.
Like the popular costume this year?
I think it is. I think
pretty
plague
dark.
doctor. Yeah,
Pretty
my
dark.
son has his costume. Sabrina is one of the Umbrella Academy kids. She has her costume all ready to go. Mostly homemade.
Are your kids going trick or treating, or are they just?
So we're doing there's not a homeowners association because we don't have that, but our block is gonna get closed off, and we're gonna do like a pseudo block party, but not really a party. Like it's not gonna be everyone out mingling. Where everyone's supposed to just put a table on their front lawn, maybe have like buckets out for kids to take candy, and try to keep it as socially distant and outdoors as possible.
I read
like
the
COVID safe Halloween.
I read the COVID guidelines on trick or treating this morning, and they said that if you're gonna do something like that you're supposed to make like pre-assembled bags of candy for the kids, so the kids
We're doing that.
Yeah. So the kids aren't like digging their hands into like a big bowl of
That's
candy.
we're doing that. We're making little goodie bags. For
Yeah.
all
That's
the
what they
neighbor
said you're
kids.
supposed to do. So I guess I'll do that and just put them in the driveway. If it's raining, I won't do that.
Yep.
We made Halloween baskets for our kids.
What is that?
We are not doing church. Like it's an Easter basket,
Oh.
except it's a Halloween basket now.
So you're gonna hide candy all over the house or something?
We're gonna go spend Halloween at the cabin.
Hide candy in the cabin?
Sure.
In the woods?
We'll do that.
The freezing
Tell
cold.
scary stories.
Yeah, I don't know. They have
Town 3 and 4.
What's that?
We're gonna watch Halloween Town 3 and 4.
That sounds appropriate.
They're doing. You can wear the costumes at school tomorrow. So Ty's wearing his Overhaul costume tomorrow.
That's Sabrina on Friday.
But I don't know what his trick or treating plans are.
It's funny because my daughter's costume is like a school uniform, so she's gonna wear a school uniform to school.
It's an anime thing. What did you say it was?
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy. Pretty cool. All right, I think we made it to the end of the show. Think about that.
I think that's awesome.
Let's remind everybody to join the CAG Discord, discord.gg/CAG. Come see what inspired the t-shirt that the world is talking about today.
That's right. You too could be a Fortnite dad.
Exactly. And follow us on Twitter at Video Game Deals. If there is a PS5 available for pre-order, it'll be posted there very quickly, probably. And I think that's it.
Become a member today by going to feels.com/CAGcast and get 50% off your first order with free shipping. And Brett's done.